All right, sixth grade. So I have been working on my Rube Goldberg project here, and I just realized the video needs to be a little bit more angled for you guys. Okay, so again, kind of with the idea of working backwards, I figured, okay, so I made this trail right here with the Jenga pieces so that the marble that rolls down is rolling in the correct direction. And then, so working backwards, this is kind of fun here. I wanted to use some sort of inclined plane. Let me show you here. Adjust again. I wanted to use some kind of inclined plane. So my first attempt didn't have the plate here at all. It just had the tissue box next to the cracker box. And when I dropped an initial marble in, or dropped it down, the force was too hard. And I realized that I needed something to help guide it down. So I found a paper plate, and I sort of folded it a little bit so that it would be curved in. That way, it would help to kind of control where my marble would go. I used additional Jenga pieces because, of course, the first couple times I rolled the marble down, it just kind of flew off in different directions. So the Jenga pieces are helpful in keeping them on track. Then I used some dominoes, down here, now I've already tried it a couple of times, but I've used some dominoes to hit the cup and to hopefully hit the cup so that it turns. And so the first time I tried it with the big marble, the boulder, rolling down, and it was great up until the cup portion, where it just, the boulder was too big. It came with too much force. It was too heavy. And so it rolled down, hit the dominoes, and then hit the cup, but the cup kind of went flying over here. So then I thought, well, let's switch it up. I put I put the boulder, the big marble, in the cup, and I laid it here on its side. Again, I had to realize that my cup needs to be more at a 180-degree angle away from the Jenga trail here, at least with when I was rolling the boulder. And then I take the small marble and I put it up here, and I'm going to also develop some sort of way that I'm going to have the marble released. For now, I'm just trying it with my hand. So then having the marble fall down, and with that one, as you can see, oh, my marble went running away. It actually was so light that it went flying right over the dominoes and didn't even hit the dominoes here. So I did try it a couple of times where it did, and you'll notice that when you try it, like, you might try it 4 or 5 times, and every time one section does exactly what you want. And then when you make an adjustment and you go and do something else, well, now that section of your Rube Goldberg machine isn't doing what you wanted it to do. So again, let me just show you. I'll flip the marble. So the smaller marble was in here. And let's see how that works or doesn't work. Again, trial and error here. I'm going to use the bigger, bolder marble to roll down. And it gets to the point where it does. So in a way, it does what I want it to do. It pushes the dominoes, well, not all of them here. It pushes the dominoes. It rolls the cup and has the marble come out of it. But as you can see here, it's coming and rolling out way over here. So not quite where I want it to be. And again, that's probably because I'm using the boulder. However, when I use the smaller, regular size marble, it's not quite moving at the speed I want it to either. So I'm going to have to think about, do I need to adjust my inclined plane in some way? Is there a way I can adjust the steepness to maybe help it either go slower or quicker, however I'd want it to move? And how might I use my spatial awareness around me to figure out, okay, how am I going to maybe help the marble hit the dominoes in the correct way so that they all fall over in the way that I intend them to? Or is this something, do I need to kind of go back 3 or 4 steps and try over again? So that's my trial and error for today. And then if you take a look over here on my board, I can, at least for now, and remember you have your scratch paper, so you can go back and erase and make adjustments as you see fit. So right now, my initial thought here is that if the Jenga pieces are my trail to force the marble to knock down the Guess Who little piece, do I want to keep, the cup rolls with marble inside and release? Maybe put a question mark there, not sure if that's something that I wanted to do. And then, from the cup that's being rolled, well, you have dominoes fall, okay? And that is, in sense, like a lever, okay? Whoops. You've got that kind of bottom portion that's falling over, okay? You've got, if you look back in the notes under lever, you've got that the table is that portion that's kind of helping to either push or pull the domino that's falling over, along with the force from the other marble. So dominoes fall, hit cup to roll. And from there, so here is kind of more where I need to do some adjustment, okay? What am I going to do here before the dominoes fall? What am I maybe going to do here to adjust in order to make my machine work the way that I want it to work? So remember, you can continue to transfer materials. Oh, I'm going to use this. I'm not going to use that. Going back and forth, think about how you can adjust the things that you already have, or maybe you need to scratch it a little bit and go back a few steps and try to adjust. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to try and think of some different ways that I can go and adjust my materials so that hopefully it completes consistently the simple task that I want it to do. Alrighty, guys. So, see you soon.